You know, every garden, it doesn't matter how big or small, is basically a stage. And on that stage, there is this incredible hidden performance happening every single day. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that unseen symphony. So, just for a second, take a look out your window. What secrets are actually hiding out there in your garden? You might just see a bunch of plants, right? But it is so much more than that. It's this complex living world, and it's just full of these amazing relationships that we're about to dive into together. All right, first up, a garden's secret guests. Let's start by meeting the main performers in this little garden drama, the plants you've been taking care of, and all the wild birds that pop in for a visit. Now, they might seem like they're doing their own thing, but really, they're playing this deeply connected duet. And this is definitely not a one-way street where the birds just kind of take what they need. Nope. It's this really profound, self-sustaining cycle. Think of it like a true partnership, one that benefits every single living thing involved and creates a richer, healthier world for all of us. Okay, so what do plants offer birds? To really get this, let's try to take a bird's eye view, What is it about a garden that makes it just an irresistible place for our feathered friends? Well, it all really boils down to a few super important things. See, plants offer three essential things that birds absolutely need to survive and to thrive: a reliable source of food, a safe place to shelter from danger, and secure spots to build their nest and raise a family. Let's break down how each of these pieces works. First thing, and it's a big one, is food. A good garden is basically a 5-star, all-you-can-eat restaurant for birds. Trees that make berries and seeds, we're talking persimmons, plums, or even grasses like millet, they provide this crucial energy source that helps birds get through the tough winter months. But it's not just about the fruits and seeds. Where you have lots of plants, you're going to have a huge variety of insects. And for birds like Japanese white-eyes and swallows, those insects are like a high-protein buffet. It's absolutely essential for them, especially from spring all the way through summer. And beyond food, gardens provide something just as important: safety. You see that dense foliage, those thick shrubs, the big trees? They're way more than just scenery. For a bird, that's a safe house. It's protection from predators like cats or hawks, and it's the perfect, secure foundation to build a home and start a family. So, what do the birds give back? We've seen how the garden is this vital resource for birds, but like I said, this partnership is a two-way street, and what the birds contribute is just as critical for the health of the entire garden. Okay, one of their most important jobs, they're basically nature's master gardeners. The whole process is called seed dispersal. It's pretty cool. A bird eats a berry, then it flies off somewhere else, and, well, it deposits the seed in its droppings, often miles away from the original plant. This is huge for spreading genetic diversity and helping forests and green spaces grow. And their contributions don't even stop there. There are two more massive benefits. First off, those same droppings, they act as an amazing natural fertilizer. They're packed with nitrogen and other nutrients that totally enrich the soil, making it way more fertile for all the other plants in the garden. And that second huge benefit, birds are an incredibly effective, completely natural pest control service. By eating insects, they stop any one species from getting out of hand and damaging the plants. They maintain this delicate balance in the garden's ecosystem, and there are no chemicals required. It's amazing. So, let's talk about the view from our window. This whole relationship is this perfect loop, right? It creates a healthier world for both the plants and the birds. But what about us? I mean, where do we fit into this whole picture? Well, the benefits for us are actually pretty profound. There's this deep psychological comfort we get from connecting with nature. Just the sound of birds singing in the morning, or the simple joy of watching a little bird hop from branch to branch, I mean, these moments can genuinely lower our stress and just bring a real sense of peace into our crazy lives. And beyond that, having a lot of different birds around is a really powerful sign. It tells you that your immediate environment is healthy, that it's well balanced. It's basically a thumbs up from nature, letting you know that you are part of a thriving, living ecosystem. Now for the best part. You don't have to just sit back and watch this symphony. You can actually be the conductor. You have the power to make your garden an even more inviting stage for this beautiful performance. But first, we might need to shift our thinking a little bit. The idea of a perfectly manicured, almost sterile garden, well, that's often way less attractive to wildlife. A living garden, one that has some natural growth, plenty of cover, and lots of different food sources, that's what really invites nature in. Trust me, a little bit of wildness is a very, very good thing. And here are 5 really clear, simple ways you can do it. Plant some trees that grow berries. Let some areas have plants that insects love. Put out a shallow dish of fresh water. They need it for drinking and bathing. Create shelter with some dense shrubs. And finally, just leave a few small twigs and fallen leaves lying around. They are the perfect building materials for nests. So the next time you look out at your garden, try not to see it as just a space. See it as a stage, a restaurant, a sanctuary. See it as this dynamic, living world that you can actually nurture and shape. The real question isn't whether a symphony is playing out there. It's what kind of symphony you are going to create.